If you shoot a lot of video on your smartphone, then the Zhiyun Smooth X Gimbal can help stabilize your handheld shots. You can buy the gimbal on its own or choose the Essential Combo Pack, which I have here. The combo kit comes with its own hardshell carrying case to protect the Smooth X. The combo also includes a tripod handle, which is handy and helps extend your grip on the gimbal. The only other things in the box is the instruction manual and a USB-C cable. The booklet is super tiny as well as the printed text, but in this video I'll show you how to set this up so you won't really need the manual. There's a process to unfold the gimbal. First, twist the handle counterclockwise. Then pull the handle out about an inch and then tilt it up. And now the gimbal arm can be flipped out. On the handle are mode, shutter control buttons, and a joystick. On the side you'll find the power button, and on the bottom is a 1/4 inch hole for the handle or tripods. On the opposite side of the power button is the USB-C charging port. One of the nice features is that Zhiyun added this rubber pad so the gimbal won't slide around when you set it down. And speaking of features, the built-in 10-inch selfie stick really makes the Smooth X unique. With this extension, I can get wider selfie shots and still have my thumb on the controls. It's kind of an all-in-one smartphone gimbal. To set this up, scan the QR code on the phone mount and download the ZY app for iPhone or Android. You'll need to create a Zhiyun account before the gimbal is functional. I know some of you really don't like creating user accounts floating around on the internet, but I really couldn't get this to work until the app connected. Once my account was created and the app was connected through Bluetooth, I was able to power it on and the mode is finally activated. At this point I can use the Smooth X gimbal with or without the app. The Zhiyun Smooth X is a 2-axis gimbal, which means any forwards or backwards tilting movement will have to be stabilized with your arm. But with only 2-axis stabilization, it makes the Smooth X more economical in price. And later in the video, I'll give you some test shots of what the stabilized footage looks like. With the joystick, I can manually pan the head with 3 speeds that can be adjusted in the app. This will definitely help if you need to make framing adjustments when you're on the move. And when you're recording with the ZY app, you can use the slider control on the handle to zoom in and out. But be aware this is a digital zoom, so images and video might not be as sharp when zoomed in. Now let's go over the mode button and what it does. In default mode, the camera head turns with the handle rotation as you move around, but one tap of the mode button will lock the head at a focal point. You can tap it again to get back to the default panning mode. Double tapping the mode button will switch the phone from landscape to portrait orientation depending on how you want to shoot. Triple tapping the mode button will reposition the gimbal back to forward position. This is useful if the head needs to be realigned after it's been rotated by the joystick. And in the last setting, tapping the mode button 4 times will allow the head to tilt with the handle. In all other modes, the head is locked in horizontal orientation. Before I get to the test shots, I need to tell you about one more cool feature here. The Smooth X can be used to track objects automatically using the ZY app. To do this, use one finger to draw a square around an object. At this point, the Smooth X can now track the movement of that object. I think this is really cool, but since this is a 2-axis gimbal, it only works with side-to-side movement, which is still handy in a lot of situations. To disable tracking, just tap the green X. And finally, I'm really impressed with the built-in selfie stick. It's such a nice design and handy to have because that means I don't have to pack a separate selfie stick with me. Okay, so here are the test shots I promised earlier. I'm really impressed with the Zhiyun Smooth X, and even though it's only a 2-axis gimbal, it works great for stabilizing video footage with my smartphone. It's really affordable at $60 for the gimbal only, or $70 for the Essential Combo, which comes with a carrying case and tripod handle. Fully charged, the Smooth X can run for up to 4 hours and can be charged with a portable battery. Plus, it folds into a compact size so I can take this with me and be ready to shoot stabilized footage anytime. If this video was helpful, please give me a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button to stay up to date on all my weekly videos.